Hello everybody and welcome to a Forex trading update on my accounts. The accounts that I'm trading of about $116,000, and the next update that I'll be doing will be on January 3rd, probably January 3rd or 4th. I'm going to be out of town for the next while. But I wanted to give a quick update of the trades that have happened and the profit that has been taken with my trading robot. So I have, for those of you that are new, I have a trading robot that does all of my trading for me in the foreign exchange market. That's where the bulk of my experience lies over the last 12 years. Recently I had some pretty substantial losses because of some manual trades that I took, and it's caused me to focus more on my auto trading, which is the robot that you will be looking at, and I'll be showing you how it works today. So this is how I've been recently working my trading is pulling. I'm planning on pulling profits from the cryptocurrency market and putting it into a slower moving market like the foreign exchange market, and help diversify my account, because as you know, the crypto markets can be a lot higher risk. So let's get into the trades, and let me remove the one-click trading. Okay, so you guys know that I'm a counter trend trader, so all of my trades are, well, pretty much all of them are against the trend. As you can see here, this is moving down, and since the 20th of December, I've been taking small baskets of trades, so groups of trades, and you can see where they're entered. You can see where they close out for an exit. So each arrow shows an entry, and then the arrow, and then where they show a line to is where they close out for profit. Same thing here, and then these three trades, and then another three trades at the bottom. So let's go higher into detail on how these were taken. So inside candle, decent entry, a few pips below the round number, and as you know, round numbers do typically have, on some pairs, not on all pairs, or on many pairs, they do have some natural support and resistance, and so that's why I look for the round numbers for potential entries. And so this is called basket trading, where I enter one trade. If it goes against me, I enter another one and keep the first one open, and then enter on the third position. In this case, if it continues to go against me, looking for that bounce back, that pullback. And eventually I do get it, but it can take a while. But my strategy has been proven over many years, 20 years to be exact, that shows profitability in trading in this way. So against the trend, and on using inside candles as the entries. So entry one, let me zoom in. Entry one was done because of an inside candle setup. So that means that the previous candle was a bearish candle. The signal candle is a bullish candle, and it's completely inside the previous candle, as you see here. And entry one was right on the opening of the next candle, and then 20 pips later, exit for 50 pips profit. So 50 pips profit there, and another entry after an inside candle, and this one was great. This is the epitome of a good entry with my trading robot, and when I see this, it's awesome. And sometimes as a manual trader, you just don't get these opportunities because you miss them or you're not around. And this one is an inside candle setup here. So a two candle setup, bearish previous candle, made a new low, broke the previous low, and the inside candle is completely inside, and it's bullish, showing us a really good entry for a buy trade on the pound Canadian dollar. Now the first entry was the market went against me, so 20 pips later a second trade went in. Now that wasn't a problem. When I saw the second trade entered, I was like, okay, so there's probably going to be a little bit of bouncing up or a small range around in this area. And what I find is price will range before it decides where it wants to go, anywhere from 20 to 30 pips around whole numbers, or round numbers. So round number 1.720, price will bounce up and down 20 to 30 pips until eventually it goes down, or eventually it goes up. And as you can see here, price did bounce around a little bit before it decided where it's going. Went to the half number at 1.705 and basically hit that ceiling and then bounced back down. Retested the previous low, and no entries on this one. There were some decent candles showing possible bounces, like this one right here. It's a bullish candle, bullish engulfing, showing some potential for another bounce there. But it's not an inside candle setup, which is what my robot takes. Alright, so another entry. This one was not as good of one, because there was a candle here that looked kind of odd. It had a big gap, and it's just because I think it's the beginning of the week, or no, it's just a gap. It's just a gap trade. Let me see. Let me make sure of that. Actually, no, it is the beginning of the week. So a lot of times on the beginning of the week there will be a gap in the markets because the weekend and the orders that will go in during the weekend or just after or just before causes a gap. So you can see where the price closed on Friday and then reopened on Sunday, and that is a 40 pip gap. And a lot of times if the gap is down, you can see it move down, then there's typically a recovery on the upside once that market reopens. So this came down and an inside candle set up here. Like I said, this candle is a bit weird, and so this entry was still okay because it was still very close to the round number at 1.70, which is really strong level. And you can see, like I was telling you about, price will typically range anywhere from 20 to 30 pips. And in this case, before it decides what it wants to do, well, it went down a little bit, 20 pips, and then bounced back up, hit that same, almost hit that same round number, and then shot back down. So it looks like it's deciding at this point that the support that it was having before looks like it's now turning into resistance, and the price continued to shoot down, or slowly push down. But I still got that pullback that I was looking for, but it took 3 orders before that happened. So order 1, 2, and 3 shot up, got my take profit barely, as you can see, just barely hit my take profit, 50 pips on the expert or my robot. Expert advisor is what it's the correct naming of the robot, and I took another entry, or the robot took another entry here, and it's the same thing. There are always new lows from the signal candle. So new low was made on the setup bar. Signal candle right after was an inside bullish, another buy entry, and almost got enough pips here. It did shoot up. The pullback did happen right on the candle entry. It went up 30 pips, and in this case 42, and wasn't enough for my expert advisor to close out in profit. And so the price continued to shoot down until we got another 2 entries, and then you can see the nice pullback here and the take profit that I was hit on my trades. I also had at the same time an odd CAD trade, so an Australian dollar, Canadian dollar trade, and that one's still in too right now, looking for about 50 pips profit on its own, and that entry wasn't too long ago, and it was an inside candle setup as well, a 2-bar inside candle setup, and looks really good. It's right close to the round number as well, so I'm hoping that I'll get some bounce here, enough to actually close out the trade. But we'll see what happens. It could bounce around here more, but I hope that eventually it decides that it's going to go on the upside, and I can close this out before the weekend hits. So it is already Friday, so I guess I have to hope for that to close out today, but if it lingers, if it goes to the weekend, that's totally fine. It's just 1 entry. Alright, so good profit on that account, and also same kind of entries, but 1 extra trade on Robert's account. He had a NZD CAD trade entry that actually helped close out his pound Canadian dollar trades. Now his was a little bit different. He still had a lot of the same entries up here, down here, but this one didn't really quite close out in profit. It was really close. Mine closed out here in this price, just because I have a lower spread, but his didn't have enough to close out at this mark there. And so his lingered on. As you can see, there were a lot more orders at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 may seem like a lot of trades, but look how much I don't need that much price action from the bottom order in order to close out my entire basket. So 70 pips from the bottom order. And I'm trying to get rid of, and let me just not do that. There we go. What I wanted to show was from the top entry, so the one up here that you see. It moved down 130 pips to the bottom, and that actual trade, the first trade, was 51 pips in the negative, but I was still able to close out all these trades in a profitable basket of about $200. It was actually $220. $220 on this account. If I could just write this basket here. All these trades closed out for a $220 profit, even though some of them were in loss. And all these ones were technically, these first three were technically in the losses, while these bottom orders were in profit, and the profit overwhelmed the original first orders, causing us to close out in a profitable basket of trades. All right. So what the stats look like, this is Robert's account, and so not a huge profit. Wasn't expecting big profit for December. Price is typically, there's not a lot of volatility in the market. People are on holiday. Things are pretty slow. And so I still was able to pull out just about 0.2% profit for the week. And I'm still down 6.95% because of the loss that I had, the manual loss that I had. So this was a trade that I took manually. This is not my robot. And that happened on the 1st of December, where I closed out for a loss. So since after that loss happened, my expert advisor / robot has made about 2.2% profit since then, since December 1st. So not a bad recovery for automatic trading, I would say. So it's been pretty good. And let me see the balance. So since December 1st, we were at 112,000, and then right now, where we currently stand, I'm at just over $115,000. Still got a ways to go to get back to my high water mark, which was on September 1st at 18%. So I got another few months before I can do that. Now, if you're wondering what happened in here, for those of you that are new, again, I was manually trading the account, and it wasn't going that well. I was risking way too much, and I learned my lesson since. Okay, so my personal account going well. This is much higher risk than Robert's account because it's only $1,200, and so I am using the maximum risk that I can use. That's still considered safe, and this is using a broker trader's way. And you can see for the month I've done 13%, just over 13% for the month, which is $143 and 1,128 pips. So looking good on my personal account. Still really small, but like I said before, I'm hoping to move some cryptocurrency profits into my Forex trading to help grow this account much faster. But again, these profits that I'm taking, 13% per month, is much slower than what you can achieve in the cryptocurrency market. But it's also a lot safer. All right, so that's pretty much the update. What I wanted to give today. I know that some of you are disappointed with me in my channel because of the direction that I'm going with the cryptocurrency market. But I think that many of you that are trading Forex market need to understand that there is a lot of opportunity in the cryptocurrency market. I think that you're maybe scared of it because it may seem like a bubble or it's too risky. But there's something that I feel comfortable with, and I'm gonna go over that in the next couple of minutes before I end this video to help maybe for you to help understand why I'm so fascinated and interested in this market, and probably why I will always include it in my trading, even once I recover the 20,000 that I lost back a couple months ago in Forex trading. So the cryptocurrency market is great because pretty much everything is increasing in value. So it's not just Bitcoin. It's all the alternative coins like Litecoin and Ethereum. And those are just naming a couple of substantial cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. But there are so many other small coins out there that have a value of 1 cent or even less. And these are just cryptocurrencies that are just starting out and hope to one day be something like Bitcoin and improve upon Bitcoin. And I've noticed with almost every one of these cryptocurrencies that you can check out on CoinMarketCap, it's a bullish market. So you don't even have to look. You can't even sell because you're basically buying the crypto, and then you're selling the crypto back into Bitcoin. So for example, you're buying right here. You're buying a cryptocurrency called Lend, and then you're exchanging it into Bitcoin or vice versa. And so there's no selling in the market. Like basically you can't bet against the market or against the pair like you can in currency trading. So for example, you market push up, or the Lend is pushing up against the Bitcoin. It's gaining value. And there's an inside candle. You know, typically my strategy is that when I see an inside candle, I'm going to short the market and look for it to push down. Well, in this case, I can't really do that. I can't do Bitcoin versus Lend in this case, and or bet against it. I'm just looking for a pushback down, and then a bullish candle, for example, a recovery here, and then a continuation, or an inside candle. Let me see if I can show you a good example. Okay, so here's one right here. Push up, push down, big, huge flag candle, right? So massive flag candle followed by an inside bullish candle. Right here. Inside bullish candle. So this showed me that there is potential for a bounce here. So what did I do? I entered the market right here on this pair, right after the inside candle, and yes, it did push down a little bit, but then it recovered, and I ended up taking profit right about up here, so I could bounce in on another pair. But it actually extended, you know. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for the market to push up, have a pullback, enter, and then bounce back up, or in this case, market pulls back down, bounce here, continuation. So you're just looking for those places that people start getting in on a cryptocurrency, and it's not that hard. You're basically cutting out one option, that is to short the market, which is nice. So you're just basically looking for buying opportunities, which I feel like is a much easier way to trade, and that's why I'm so fascinated by the cryptocurrency markets. And there is also a lot more money to be made. I mean, you're talking about a small movement in one day. Some of these cryptocurrencies move 100% in a day, and a lot of them can move 15, 20, 30% in a matter of hours. And you don't have a ton of risk involved in them if you know what you're doing, and you can read price action, and you read up on the news, you study the cryptos, and so on and so forth. So I want you guys to understand that if you're frustrated with me for moving in this direction and that I'm maybe selling out in some way, I apologize for that, but I'm trying to educate myself and also you to expand your mind into a different area of investing that has a potential big opportunity. So I leave that with you. and I'm going to be releasing another video today that's focused just on cryptocurrency and my choices and price action as well. So if you're interested in that, please check out that video. But this video is mostly focused just on Forex trading and the 116,000 that I'm currently trading. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.